American Sniper was amazing, phenomenal.
Very engaging movie, very powerful. Reveals the truth of what goes on abroad that American people are afraid to think about, but you know, our brave soldiers have to endure while they're out there.
It really portrayed like how awesome of a sniper he was and how much of a hero he was. I thought it was amazing. I don't usually watch movies like that, but I loved it. It was really good.
It was a powerful movie, that's all I have to really say, and I'm just still mind-boggled by the ending.
Great director, too. Clint Eastwood, fantastic. Will it win Best Picture? I want it to win Best Picture.
All right, from coast to coast, American Sniper's crushing it at the box office. Now, the Hollywood Reporter crunched the numbers on the top grossing theaters for the film, and during its opening weekend, San Antonio, Texas was at the top, and can you believe it, even New York City made the top 10 list at number 8. Moviegoers agree. American Sniper's a big hit, but why are some in Hollywood giving the movie such a hard time? Now, does Tinseltown, do they have their own agenda? Now, remember the praise heaped upon Michael Moore for his anti-American documentary, Fahrenheit 9/11? Take a look at that trailer. Remember this.
You can make people do anything if they're afraid.
The FAA has taken the action to close all of the airports in the United States.
All commercial and airline traffic was grounded.
But we had some airplanes authorized at the highest levels of our government to pick up Osama bin Laden's family members and transport them out of this country.
Congressman, trying to get members of Congress to get their kids to enlist in the Army and go over to Iraq.
The USA Patriot Act allows for searches of medical and financial records.
It gives law enforcement almost unlimited power.
Well, what about Hollywood darling, friend to the late Venezuelan dictator Hugo Chavez? You know, director Oliver Stone, who often makes comments like these.
There has been no success in Iraq. The so-called surge has been overhyped by the media as a success, when in fact Iraq was trashed almost from the beginning to the end. What's success in Iraq and Afghanistan? Can you tell me? Is it that he's left? There have been many weeping widows out there, and it's not worked.
Pretty unbelievable. Here to explain that and much more, senior editor for In Touch Weekly, Kim Serafin's with us, retired U.S. Navy SEAL Jonathan Gillum, and WNYW entertainment reporter Simone Boyce is with us. Guys, good to see you. Thanks for being with us. Kim, let me start with you. I don't want to drag you into politics, Kim. I know you're in the entertainment lifestyle. This movie, Americans love it. Except these arrogant, narcissistic LA elites out there, you know, they're the ones, you know, making comments, oh, snipers are cowards. Where's the disconnect here? What is it that America sees that they don't see?
I think across the board, people love this movie. I mean, even in that lineup piece that you showed, you have women coming out of this movie. You know, a lot of times these war movies are not really targeted for a female audience, but I think that's what is really touching a nerve with a lot of people with American Sniper, that it shows obviously the war side, but also talks about the family side of that too. Chris Kyle coming home, dealing with being a husband, being a father. I think that's what you see Bradley Cooper talking about so much as well, talking about this is the human side of war, the human side of a warrior, and that he wants people to take from this movie not a debate about the Iraq War, but about the human side, about whether you're walking in an airport and you pass a service member saying thank you to them for giving us our liberty and our freedom. And I think that's really the message that so many people are relating to in this movie.
Yeah, I think so. Jonathan, that happens to you. People do know you from the show, and sure. And when you walk through airports, you've told me people come up to you. It's got to anger you, because it angers me, you know, that here Chris Kyle, you know, spent all this time, his life at risk, saving lives, and protecting the free speech rights of people like Michael Moore and Seth Rogen, and then to deal with this crap.
You know, free speech never angers me, but what does anger me is disrespect.
And ignorance.
And ignorance. You know, I accept ignorance because there's just some people that are ignorant, like Michael Moore. But, you know, Seth Rogen, he's on a rocket ship up. I don't understand sometimes in Hollywood and in the entertainment industry, you know, you have to understand if you come out and you say these things and you disrespect people, it's going to tarnish your career. That is an anomaly to me. But just from a personal standpoint, this movie, you know, which we were talking about earlier, is that, you know, it inspires a lot of people, and I'm fine with that. I have my, you know, problems with the technical part of it, and I think it kind of demonstrates that Hollywood needs to get more in touch with the technical side of it.
They would appreciate the technical part of it.
Well, the tactics and the movements and the way we dress and act. I think that, you know, it just shows in most of these movies that the directors...
like Marcus Luttrell in Lone Survivor, I mean, he was on the set,
different aspect. That movie was done correctly, tactically, and I think it shows.
But there were certain deficiencies from that standpoint that you didn't like.
I think so, and I think the director in Lone Survivor made sure that he was very focused on that stuff. I know he had a close relationship.
Marcus was there. I saw him
all the time.
With Mark Wahlberg the whole time. What did you think, Simone?
Oh, the film?
Yeah.
You know, I would say that it's a B movie led by an A-plus performance from Bradley Cooper. I thought it's his best performance yet. He completely transformed. I was amazed by his Texas accent.
Why a B movie? I was on the edge of my seat.
Okay.
That to me is an A movie. If you can keep my attention, you've got me. And really, every time people go to movie theaters, you can't hear a pin drop by the end of this movie.
I'll admit it was suspenseful, but I think some of the ways that the filmmakers went about achieving that suspense was contrived and not believable.
How was it contrived? In what way?
Well, I don't think that a Navy SEAL would be on the phone with his wife while he's in the middle of combat and bullets are flying all around.
I hate to tell you, but I was there. I mean, I was in Iraq. And I got to tell you, that's reality. They're making phone calls. They're doing all sorts of things. They go through their daily life. I mean, it's not World War II anymore.
Well, perhaps
we have cell phones and they have cell towers, and you can call. You know, there were communications. People get on the internet. They send emails to their loved ones.
Well, perhaps then it was some of the supporting cast performances. I thought Bradley Cooper was amazing, but I can't say the same for everyone in the film.
You didn't like Sienna?
I thought some of her scenes were not believable.
Really? All right. Because Kim, you're more of the critic than I am. I look more bigger picture, and the bigger picture, if you can hold my attention and portray a hero this way, and the American people respond the way they did, I think they scored.
Yeah, I mean, the numbers, you mentioned the box office numbers, just all these sorts of records, breaking January records, Martin Luther King weekend records. I think it's on its way to becoming the second highest grossing R-rated film ever. So that's a huge deal. And this really
What's
struck
number
a chord
one, or
with so
should I
many
not
people.
ask?
I don't know what number one is, so I don't know. But hey, second highest. Who knows? You know, at the end of this, maybe it'll be the first highest. But you know, this is like superhero numbers. This is kind of the numbers you see coming out of summer superhero blockbusters. But this is about a real life superhero, and I think that is again why it really is really people are really relating to it in so many different ways. And again, the movie opened right after it just got 6 Oscar nominations, and I think even the big numbers that we're seeing for the box office certainly helps its chances with winning an Oscar, and it definitely helps Bradley Cooper's chances. It's his 3rd Oscar nomination in a row, and everyone agrees Bradley Cooper is incredible in this. And as you've mentioned, he's worked closely with Chris' family and his friends, and he obviously wanted to get this right. It was so important for him to get this right.
All right, Kim. Why do I believe Hollywood will try and snub in the end?
Well, to say it that Hollywood would snub this, that would have to imply that it is superior to the other nominees, and I just don't think that's true.
Bird, whatever?
Yeah, I think
Seriously?
Birdman is a superior film. The Imitation Game is a superior film. Selma is a superior film.
I saw Imitation Game. I don't even think it's close. I mean, it's a matter of taste. But I just think whenever the content doesn't fit the Hollywood agenda, that's what we get. Like, I think Michael Moore is a hero among the left for attacking brave Americans like this.
You know, Sean, you may be right in there, but I think, you know, looking at this from a mission success standpoint, which we like to do in the SEAL teams, I think the movie has touched people. And I think the fact that Whoopi Goldberg came out and defended it the way she did, I salute her, and my hat's off to her.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Good to see you.
I totally agree.